Hey friends, I am here today with two very special guests. I'm so excited to have Chef James Briscione with me and wine director Brooke Parkurst of Angelina's. That is going to be opening up soon right here in downtown Pensacola. And we are just so excited to have them coming to Southtown. And so James, tell us a little bit about Angelina's and your vision for the restaurant.
Well, it's, when we first got the call to just gauge interest in whether we were ready to leave New York City and come back home together and open a restaurant, one of the first things we said was that we wanted to build a restaurant. We wanted to build a great Italian restaurant that could only exist in Pensacola, Florida. We didn't want it to be, great Italian restaurants could be in Omaha, Nebraska, and Chicago, and New York, and everywhere. But we really wanted to create a place that was unique to our hometown, to Pensacola.
So tell me what it's like being back in Pensacola now. I mean, both of you are locals to Pensacola and moved away Birmingham, then New York City for a long time. So now we're back in Pensacola. How is it?
It's been great. Justin, it's kind of felt like an extended summer vacation. And there's nothing wrong with that. We think of Pensacola, we think about the beach, we think of Joe Patty's, right? We think about family, grandparents. And so we now have all of those things and people around us all the time. It's really, really wonderful being on the water, being on Pensacola Bay, being able to go out to the beach. And then with that, like James said, the seafood, kind of what is local to this area, having that factor into what our restaurant is about, what we're going to serve, and kind of the character, look, and feel of what we're going to do at Angelina's.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. And y'all are actually still living quite an urban lifestyle right now because you're living in Southtown, right?
Yes, I think we're definitely the most urban we could possibly be in Pensacola, Florida. With our two kids, we're living across the street in Southtown. Which is really wonderful. I mean, we loved our life in New York City and being in the West Village, and we walked everywhere. So, we're able to keep up that kind of pedestrian lifestyle and that downtown.
We
urban.
walk to school every day, our daughter right up the hill, our son as well. Then we come back down. Actually, we jog for an hour in between the two drop-offs. We go to Maritime Park.
Make sure there's plenty of room for pasta.
Right.
That's right. And then we walk to work, and everything is close. It's in historic downtown Pensacola, and we definitely love that.
Yeah. And we know, we're opening a brand new restaurant, and we're both perfectionists where you want this to be the most amazing restaurant, and that is going to mean that we're going to be there a lot, especially in the beginning. So to be living across the street from the restaurant, we can shoot over in the morning, make sure the pasta looks right, make sure the wines are properly chilled. Go home, have dinner with the kids, and get back to the restaurant and make sure everyone's having a great
I remember
night.
that was Quinn's idea. Quinn said, you know what, I think you want to be close. And we didn't know how close we wanted to be, and now that was the best decision we made, for sure, to live right across the street.
It's a beautiful development, and it's going to be great having Angelina's there. So tell me a little bit about, I'm a real estate guy. I love to eat and I love food, but still a real estate guy. The interior space, what do you hope the feel is, and what's going to be unique about the interior?
My wine wall.
Well,
My wine wall is going to be what's
Yeah.
unique.
And you should talk about the bar, which is going to be probably the best part of the restaurant.
The bar and the pizza oven, we think, are going to be two hot spots. The bar, we want, local businessmen and women to be able to kind of come. We're going to have a social hour. We're going to have little bites that James is going to do just for the bar, featuring some fantastic, very affordable Italian wines. He also wants to do a spritz bar, so different kind of Aperol spritzes.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful horse-shaped bar.
Horseshoe.
Oh,
Or shape could be cool.
That's also very
that would be
unique.
very funky. Horseshoe-shaped bar. And like we've seen in so many restaurants that we love in New York, just a gorgeous wine wall backlit, behind that bar area. And then moving into your area.
Yeah, so that's going to be this beautiful bar space that's going to fill up that whole glassed-in corner of Jefferson and Intendencia. So it's going to be the place to see and be seen, as people are walking by in and out of the Y. And to and from work. But then in the dining room, kind of at the end of the dining room, is going to be our wood burning oven. And it'll be in view of the dining room. And we have a beautiful classic Italian hand crank slicer. So we'll be out there, slicing beautiful, fresh, prosciutto and some house cured meats, and then you'll get to see that pizza oven in action.
Jamie's gotten every chef toy that he ever dreamed of: the pizza oven, the slicer, the gelato machine,
the pasta makers.
Pasta maker.
He's making pasta. He was just making pasta.
Right.
So, and we, as far as I know, we would be the only restaurant in Pensacola who's making all of their own pasta from, we're going to make our own spaghetti. We're going to make our own bucatini and rigatoni, and every type of every pasta we serve will be made in-house. Including our raviolis, everything. So that's very exciting. But then, the wood burning oven, of course, is going to make beautiful pizzas, but we plan to do whole roasted fish and baked oysters and pastas and a lot more out of that oven than just pizzas.
So every region of Italy, really, you're gonna be able to tap in.
I think we're gonna, try to kind of, highlight lots. I mean, Brooke lived in Italy for over a year. We travel there together often. I think our focus will certainly be kind of the what we think is the best of Italy, which is the Tuscany, Rome, and the Amalfi Coast. And sort of that.
That's our greatest source of inspiration. I think the wines and the bubbly will come from all over, but most of our cuisine inspiration is going to come from central and coastal Italy.
That's where we spend most of our time and thoroughly enjoy eating.
That's a great place to be, for sure. Well, it is. It's so great. What I love talking to people that I know love what they do and they feel extremely passionate about it, and I can tell both of you. Very quickly, I think anybody that talks to you is going to get that indication. And so whenever somebody's heart and soul is poured into their work, it's going to come through in what the end product is, and you can tell that for sure. So the space is being built out, and it's going to be open soon. But in the meantime, there's folks that can, we're going to get to taste some of your food and some of your wine.
Still get a taste.
That's right. So until Angelina's opens, we're going to be doing lunch specials at Fish House Monday through Saturday. You can come in lunch from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and get each week we're going to have a featured dish from the potential Angelina's menu.
We love feedback, so if you love James's eggplant parmesan or no, the eggplant was too crunchy, tell us that. Tell us what you want. Most of the time we'll listen. We want to know what you think, and then we're kind of building our menu, from there. And then here. And
then as well at Jackson. So every week, Monday through Sunday for dinner at Jackson's, we have a featured dish. This week it is Gulf shrimp risotto with roasted pumpkin and charred tomato broth.
Beautiful Vermentino, beautiful white wine from Tuscany.
Yes. And each week at Jackson's, Brooke is picking out a beautiful bottle of wine to pair with that dish.
Well, I'm so excited, and we're definitely going to be at Jackson's and Fish House in the meantime. When we started working on Southtown, we wanted a landmark restaurant that was the cornerstone for the whole development, and I could not have imagined anything better than what Angelina's is going to be for the neighborhood.
That's very sweet. We're so excited, and we feel blessed with our team, being part of the Great Southern Restaurant team. Kind of their years of experience creating very, very successful restaurants that they know what Pensacola loves, so we have that intel. And then we know in New York and we know Italy, so we're kind of all bringing our strong suits, to the table.
Well, cheers, guys. It's going to be fantastic.
Cheers. Thank you.